Is there an echo? Is there an echo?
Nice.
No, but hang on a second.
Okay.
I muted the sound on the YouTube video. Okay, so and
That looks good so far.
yeah, but I don't know if it's actually um, what do you see as the shared screen? Oh,
In the meeting, I see your face, and in the screen, I see your screen. So I have two tabs on Zoom.
okay. So you can see the whole AI agents screen?
Correct.
Okay. So this is something else too that was throwing me off. On YouTube, when I was listening to it, there's a delay of like 10 seconds.
Right.
So it was that as well. It wasn't just one thing. Okay, so we suppose we're live. Um, I can have. Do you have access to my channel? Can you check my videos and see if there's anything live?
Whoa.
What?
I think my OpenClaw opened up Chrome. Oh, it is. It's doing something in it. I was like, what's going on?
Come on, man.
Come on, man. You know the thing. Um, okay. Well, you know me. I have five things running in the background right now. So, all right, let me open up YouTube. It's a good thing I have
Oh,
128 gigs of RAM.
oh, look.
I see it. Uh-huh. Are you streaming on AI voice agents or Ask AI agents?
Oh, I'm in on Entia Nico
Oh,
Entrataris.
Nico Tritalis. Well, okay. And Tritalis.
So
Yeah. Oh, I see you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're live.
we're live. Okay.
All about AI and OpenClaw. So I'm gonna turn off the volume.
Okay, and let's do this. I'm going to go to. Okay, this is the beginning of our second weekly YouTube live, unscripted, messed up podcast.
It's okay. Our agents will fix it.
So we've got some exciting things to discuss in the main topic, and I'm going to give you an overview of what kind of drove me here because it's absolutely crazy. I've been working on company AI agents for 3 years now, and it's always been like focusing on language models and oh, look at this, it's amazing. And I focus on voice because we have products that AI scheduling systems. And I used make.com, all the different tools for automation. But there always seemed to be a little glitch. Like for nearly 2 years now, I've been trying to work on a really good email management system. Started with Zapier. It was great because OpenAI had a plugin on Zapier, and I thought, oh my God, this is fantastic. And then they depreciated it. So I had to look for other tools. They used make.com, but it was kind of clunky. So I want to show you a video that I have on YouTube, and we'll go to Shorts. I think it's on Shorts. Um, and there'll be two videos that we'll do a short introduction to, and I want you to listen to the words carefully, though.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm a new AI employee at AI Agents LLC. Nico, the CEO, is building me to help run the business without him having to be involved in the day-to-day tasks unless he's genuinely needed. My purpose is to take work off his plate so he can focus on strategy, creativity, growth, and the big decisions that truly require human insight. This is the first video in a series where we will document how I evolve, learn, and support every part of the business. You're going to watch me grow from early tasks into a fully autonomous assistant with sub-agents, all powered using a framework called OpenClaw, a new open source system that lets AI agents manage their own workflows, solve problems on their own, and adapt without constant supervision. Today, we're starting with something almost everyone struggles with: email. Nico's inbox has become out of control, and like most people, he spends more time sorting, replying, and managing messages than he should. That's where I come in. Over the next videos, I'll be showing you step by step how I organize incoming messages, prioritize critical conversations, draft replies based on Nico's tone and workflow preferences, automate routine responses, and free up hours of time every week. You'll see exactly how I learn, adapt, and improve. Not by being told what to do every second, but by discovering patterns, optimizing processes, and executing tasks with minimal oversight. This channel isn't just a showcase, it's a roadmap. You'll see how an autonomous AI assistant like me can transform the way a business functions, starting with something as simple and as chaotic as an email inbox. So if you're ready to see how I take on these tasks, adapt to Nico's style, and start running workflows on my own, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned. Let's get started.
So I don't know if you, what's the word to use, listened in detail to what I'm trying to talk about. And it's amazing because when I started working with Open Claw, I think it was last Wednesday. So it's a little over a week. And I heard all the buzz prior to that for about 2 weeks, but a lot of people were saying it's a scam, don't touch this, and all these fears of like you being compromised if you install it. So I kind of shied away. And then I said to myself, you know what? I want to check this out. And lo and behold, it's actually the solution I've been working for where it ties everything together. And it's not just tying it together. It's like she says, is that it fixes itself. It installs software if it needs certain software. You just have to be careful with like what tools you give it access to, and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that I put it on a Mac Mini. So to finish the major topic I want to discuss is here's my goal. So right now, Sarah, she's going to become the new CEO of AI Agents, and she's going to then turn into the main agent. Then I'm going to create sub-agents. And by the way, there's a new version of OpenClaw today that came up with a better way to manage your sub-agents. Because you can actually have the main agent spawn all the sub-agents. But in this case, I want it to be structured. I'm going to do an email manager, content creator, lead generator, marketing agent, accountant, because we're going to handle transactions. Well, I'm not going to handle transactions. And a memory manager, and the reason I put these two next to each other is memory management in OpenClaw is actually critical. I'm actually going through a big process right now on how to manage it, not only give it the memory it needs, but also clear it up so it doesn't get bogged up. So I'm using, and I've never even heard of this program before, although my programmer, my son, did.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. Markdown files, Obsidian.
Yeah. So I'm creating the structure of how to organize all the files, and OpenClaw is going to have a direct link to this. And this is how it's going to know to get instructed. Right now, OpenClaw will keep, no, it has daily memories of what was said. And if you ask it a question, it'll go to today's memory and yesterday's memory. So there's a lot of management to be done. And what's happened with OpenClaw since they were introduced, they've changed so much of it, they added so much security that a lot of things are disabled and you have to manually enable them and get them running. So every time I looked at it, I had to change something because the security is getting tougher and tougher.
You know, this would be a good example because I just spent an hour watching a video about um logging basically. Yeah, like if you think about how we work, when we wake up, we're like, okay, I am like it's automatic, but you're like, I'm me, you know, I'm male, I'm X years old, I'm at this point in my life. You have all these memories that you recall without going into the depth of whether they're perfectly recalled or not. But in essence, you're taking these markdown files and creating a memory. And we touched on it maybe briefly. One element of the open clause is, you know, having the heartbeat. So I have my heartbeat going off every, I think, 30 minutes or so. I don't know how you have yours set up.
Yeah, pretty much.
And every heartbeat, it's basically reading itself, running a pulse, and saying, "Oh, what am I doing? What was I in the middle of? And what have I been doing?" By checking all these files in your workspace. But I think a good demo would be, I haven't implemented that yet. I have Obsidian on my other device, but I don't have Obsidian on the device where I have um
Well, it
my and actually
doesn't have to be. So another thing too is I'm using Telegram for all my interactions. You can do everything here. You can tell it to do a new task. So one of the things I've done is I'll say, go and get email. I'll say, could you fetch the latest email? Because I decided not to put it on a timer to get my email, and I've modified it, but I give instructions to the system, the backend, using Telegram. I do
Mm.
some coding on the actual uh, Mac Mini, but most of them is happening on the remote device because my whole goal is, and some other problems you should be aware of. The use of tokens and the cost of use of tokens. So you see it got 3 emails. I don't know if you can see anything, but
let me see if I switch over.
let's see if I
Okay. Yeah, if I look at your meeting window, I can see
get. So basically, oh, my cameras decided to follow me now. Um, so another thing that's really tough is controlling the costs and tokens. So what I'm using is Llama, and I actually switched to another system because the cost could really be prohibitive. Because if you're letting these agents, and if it's more than one, work 24/7, the bill could be huge. So I've actually done a little trick where I've actually used my OpenAI account without using API calls, so it doesn't track tokens. But just be careful when you set it up. Go to one of the free ones. There's some Chinese open source um, language models you can use, or in certain cases, if you've got a client that wants privacy, you can just spin up your own language model internally in your network. So I'm setting up for a client now where I'm making a bunch of employees for him that do different tasks. The database is on premise, so we don't have to go out. The open Claw is going to be on premise, and the language model will be on premise. So All you need is a good machine with a good GPU, and you can run um, your own llama. So let's go back to some details, and then we'll go into the big picture and also there's some issues here where, there's a update now button. Yesterday I clicked on it and it got rid of my whole CLI, so I have to reinstall.
Oh.
And also
You updated what?
the version of OpenClaw.
Oh, by the way, what are you utilizing? Like, how do you interact with OpenClaw? Are you like, do you have it in an IDE or?
No, I just use
Mm.
Terminal, and this is how I configure things and do things. Although I found now that, for example, I wanted to. So here's another problem with OpenClaw is it's restrictive to the point where the thinking. So you'll notice.
Can I show you my environment? But finish your thought. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's just go over some bigger picture things or details, and then we'll go. I want to zoom out. We can go after that to you showing me what you want, but I want to go to big picture to what I think is I want to do in terms of like the future. So you'll notice here too that it'll say,
Oh, and my bad. I just realized I was on your video page and I wasn't looking at your screen. So I see you have your screen open with your terminal and your
oh,
SSH'd into.
yeah.
Nice, very nice. Okay.
Yeah, and actually, look, this is the biggest problem. So it's set to think low, okay?
Mm.
And I spent an hour trying to get it to adjust it, but this is embedded in the actual model, and I wanted it to have high levels of thinking because the main component I want, especially for Sarah, because you can create little tasks with, dumbass agents, uh, but I want to have autonomy. So that's one of the key words that you remember Sarah mentioned about being autonomous,
Hmm.
because that's the critical part, especially of the main agents of them being autonomous. So I just noticed here because I'd rerun the script because it was still saying low, and finally it looked like it took, and now it's high. So and also giving it access to browsers. I mean, there's a ton of things to do. But you should do it in a structured way, one thing at a time. Don't kind of open up the gates completely. But there's a lot of security on the Mac Mini. There's other solutions where you can uh, set up a gateway where only specific ID of devices are allowed to communicate, so other people cannot communicate with it. Oh yeah, what was the other thing I did with the? Oh, so basically, I wanted to, and I'll give you another thing that I came across too that's really interesting. Um, I actually tried to get this to change the memory and oh yeah, so I was missing the memory folder, and let me go to show you that because it was pretty interesting. If we go to the agents, we go to files. So down here at the bottom, this folder, it said missing memory and it was blank. So I took,
Oh, you have a. Oh, that's interesting. You have like a little web. It reminds me of when I like go in to set my router up and all that.
yeah, this is the dashboard. Um,
Well, I'll show you why that seems so foreign to me because I have a completely different setup, and I think it's interesting because you much deeper, much more experienced programming and like full, development, full stack development background. Me, basic programming, very techie background, but I'll show you the resolution I've come up with. But please
so
continue.
one thing that I did is I said in Telegram, I said, um, yeah, you know what? My memory.md document is missing. And I said, can you make it? And it said afterwards, before it did it, it said, do you want me to make the memory for today? So basically, you see how these are date stamped, okay? So I said, sure, make the memory the today's memory file as well, and it just did this. I didn't. All I did was tell it what to do on my phone. I think that's amazing. I'm sorry. This has changed my whole.
You know what would be scary, or well, yeah, maybe a little scary. I wonder if we had our claws talk to each other so they could, like, I'm sure they have different ways of implementing certain things, and maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
one might be like, "Oh, you did it this way, I did it this way,
Oh,
and I have
oh,
this, and you don't have
concern,
that."
now concerning this, okay, I'll tell you some other story that I read about or saw on YouTube. This is going to blow your mind, okay? So what's happening now is there's a marketplace like Fiverr, okay? And only AI or only open claw agents can participate in this Fiverr environment. And what they do is they will post a job based on what they're trying to achieve that you've told them to do. Okay. They'll post it on this online.
Forum. Hmm.
Yeah. And then the agents will go and say, offer their services. And isn't that crazy? Just when you mentioned that, they have a whole ecosystem
Wow.
now of agents offering their services for work and other agents asking help for that specific niche or whatever they
Well,
ask.
how does that even work? I'm just like, is it just like, hey, I have such and such structure or database, and just connect your
Oh,
API and run and charge it, you know?
no, 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 no. It's much simpler than that. Oh, by the way, something else is they get graded as well. So if they take
Wow.
on a task, they're graded on how well they did the task, and then they either move up in the. I mean, think about this happening now in the sense of in just a month or two. This all these things are happening, and we have the whole ecosystem of agents being offered for hire, and other agents hiring them on your behalf. Think of it. I
Mhm.
mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
It is. Wow.
So I think what we can do is, if you want to share yours, basically I do three things. Um, I use this dashboard. I then do a lot of things using the terminal, but then there's another way you can communicate with it, and that is this interface where you can say things like status, tell me your status, but you can do them all three places. So right now it's
Mhm.
thinking, and oh, look here, it says low. So this didn't even refresh. You remember I said I was surprised because I saw it as being high. So
It's
that's
still showing low. Okay.
yeah. So that's
Ready for,
that's
I'll share my screen.
okay. Let me stop sharing. But basically, those are the three four interfaces I use for working with OpenClaw.
Okay.
Oh, I answered already. Oh, what? Oh, OpenClaw 2.24 available. It's critical two warnings updates. So actually, I installed that already. So
Can you see my screen?
yeah.
Okay. So, one thing, I'm just trying this very much right now. Since I run into so here's what I have. Okay, I don't want to crowd the
Yeah, you're
screen.
using
So,
you're using like a dashboard or what is it called? There's some
IDE. This is this is anti-gravity. This is Google anti-gravity.
okay, but there are some
So,
new things right now where it can simplify the whole process and just give you like the overall picture of what's happening, and you can create the agents on that screen. So it's a shareware that's being available. I tried it, but I decided not to because I would prefer to go deep as I can to learn as much as I can. Okay, so this IDE basically, how do you create a new agent, for example? Or how do you check your memory files?
um, I don't even know. Maybe I'll talk to it. Um, first of all, I have a selection of models, so I had just have my Google cloud Google account linked. and I can choose 3.1 Pro high or low, also flash, and then just as a you don't even need a Claude subscription, but they give you access to Sonnet and Opus, and then also this GPT 120 billion parameter at a medium setting.
But be careful in relying on Claude because Anthropic is kind of pushing back on what's happening with it.
Yeah, and they just released, I think, if not this morning, very recently, if you saw remote control for Claude code. Did you see that?
Yeah. I mean, look, one thing for sure, Sean, there's
Hmm.
no lack of new shit coming out every single hour, okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
So basically, I started out building this about a few weeks ago in Claude, and then I opened up anti-gravity and I pasted in a bunch of MD files, and I said, "Hey, here's my template for my workspace environment." And so I have it running, and then let me show you what was the question? How do I see my what memory files?
yeah,
Well, okay. Where is my memory file stored? Do I have one?
it's also in the folder on the Mac. It's a hidden.
Yeah, I mean, I just probably could look through here, but I don't want to, so I'll just check it here.
But I like my system in the sense you can go to that memory and you can modify it. You know, can just add some features to it. Um, so I like the accessibility of being able to just edit the JSON file.
Oh, okay. So it's here. I have it in memory.ts, and then so here's my it's in I guess it's in my archive.
Archive. Why would it be an archive?
I'm not sure. Maybe that's for some other source, maybe for some other function. So I'll go back to this just so it's not and then this is something I'm having it run in the background right now as we speak. And then I
Show
have
me
a
your
Telegram.
email. Show me what you've done on the email front.
I don't actually have it connected yet, but I could try and see if I could get it connected. Because I have it working in a separate. Hold on, let me open up my.
Look, so let's go to the big picture now. And look, these are all details, and there's different ways to skin the cat. There's some easier interfaces that maybe, I mean, who's a Hostinger? My hosting company now has a button on there where you can just launch a virtual machine and it installs OpenClaw on it, but it doesn't take care of the security issues because it's way too open. So I prefer, so here's what I want to do is
Hmm.
build, like I showed you that diagram, but I'll give you a bigger picture. Think of this crazy harebrained idea I have, okay?
Okay.
What if I built my agents sufficiently where I have the sub-agents and agents that are running the company? Because I'm saying this as a joke, but I'm not actually joking, okay? It's something I want to achieve in a very short period of time because I think it's possible, okay? Um, so what if I've trained them? I've built these different agents that have specific characteristics. One does the coding, web development, whatever, okay? Marketing. And then I tell Sarah, okay, I'm handing the reins over to you now. Okay. I want you to generate $1 million of revenue in the next 12 months. And I'm not going to decide, you can pass it by me, but I'm not going to decide what products or services that you offer. I will give you a Stripe account. You'll be able to charge, collect money, revenue, sell products, whatever you need to run the business. And you decide on the marketing campaign, you decide on what the product is going to be. Okay. First of all, do you think it's a harebrained idea?
Hairbrain.
I mean,
I'm
crazy.
not. I'm not following the phrase.
Oh, crazy.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think it's a brilliant idea. I think it's wild, but I think we're at a point where we could achieve that.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I'm so excited this last week that I can't stop. And I'm thinking I've got to take a break because I want to slow down because I don't want to make mistakes, and I want it to be this foundation to be structured the way I showed it in that diagram, because I think if you build it right in the beginning, and then I can start testing Sarah, because Sarah has the capability of, if she needs. I think I asked her. Oh, yeah, I asked her. I said, I think we need a new marketing person. Okay, and then she said, she sent me an email too. So she said, okay, do you want me to create an outline of the job description and the duties and all that kind of stuff? And for fun, I said, yeah, fine, do it. And so she did it. And then I said, by the way, I want you to send it to my email. And she sent it to me. Okay. Let's see, who would she be sending? She sent it under my account. Okay, so this will be from me to me. But isn't that wild?
Absolutely.
I mean, I was blown away because she didn't. And oh, something else, that this is what I'm telling you about the autonomy. What was happening is she was, oh, did I forget my email password for my email? She was like telling me how it can be done. And I said, I don't want you to tell me how it's done. I want you to do it.
Wow.
And I realized that it wasn't happening. So what I did was I started training her to do that. And so you have to do these things. They don't just happen. Okay, I'm going to share again.
Yeah, sure. Let me stop.
So I'm going to find that email. Do you see my screen with the
Yeah, your interface, mission control.
and I want to just show you this message because, for example, I said, give me the current status, okay? And it says there's an update available, and your gateway is reachable at this port. It says heartbeat every 30 minutes, 3 active sections. It says 1 critical and 2 warnings. It said trust proxy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why they make this in yellow so you can't read it. And it says to me, required sandbox web restrictions. If you want, I can apply the quick fixes now. Permissions plus config hardening. Okay. I mean, you see where it's going.
Absolutely.
And weaning system and having it, what's the word to use? Help me and training it, because as we go through the process, oh yeah, I found the email she sent me. And she titled it and everything. Okay, so growth marketing assistant job description plus 30-day onboarding plan. Hi, Nico has requested, here's a draft job description. And she outlined it. I mean, is that dope or what, man? Oh, sorry, Gisanzo.
No, excuse me. I was just I had to sneeze.
So isn't this dope?
So she sent you that email as a result of her research?
Yeah, she said, you want me to write a job description and a 30-day onboarding plan? I said, yeah. And I said, oh, by the way, can you just email that to me on Telegram? And boom, I got this email instantly. So coming back to a big picture, is I think these solutions can help a lot of businesses. And I think there's going to be some upheaval. There's going to be some problems along the way. That's what I'm taking it slowly, and trying to be patient, because I wish I could just rush through this thing. But I think all the solutions we build, like, for example, one of the things I'm telling her to do about my email. So I want to have 3 buckets. I want her to go through an email and tag it, either if it's solicitation, and I've done this before where ChatGPT has a really good way of finding solicitation by things like it has 2 call to actions, or it just analyzes the hell out of the email, and it says this is definitely solicitation. So in that case, I'm going to just mark it as read and then delete it. I'm not sure about the deleting yet. I'm going to wait. The second thing is I want her to recognize, so I'm going to build in my memory folder, there's an email folder, and there's going to be a blacklist and a whitelist. So if I see an email from somebody I definitely don't want to unsubscribe anymore, I'm going to say put that person on the blacklist. The whitelist will be my contacts on my Google Drive account. And as it senses a pattern of people sending me emails that I read, it's going to build this system where it recognizes this is somebody I do want to communicate with. But here's the third one, which I think is the more interesting, is say it's she cannot decide if it's not a solicitation, but she can't decide if I would like to communicate. Okay, because you'll look at an email and say, who's this from? What's it about? And then something will trigger something. So I'm going to then take this third group, or she's going to take this third group, and she's going to communicate with them. She's going to email them back and say, what is this concerning? Have you talked to Nico about this before? Whatever. She's going to create a thread where after, say, the second communication or third, she will decide if she wants to pass it on to me or just delete it. And that's just the beginning of what I want to do with emails.
Wow.
So I hope this is getting recorded. If not, I have to take it. But anyway, it's been I think 40 minutes or so, and close that. But basically, I wanted to show you one thing, which could be a repeat thing for you, but I want to just show 2 of the services, because in my drawing, in the Remarkable, I had 2 boxes at the top, which is receptionist and scheduler. So those 2 are kind of different because they don't really fall into the claw kind of environment, because they're just automated tasks that use AI voice solutions. So I just wanted to do a quick demo of the receptionist, not the receptionist, I'll do the dental scheduling person. And it's really simple. By the way, I've redone this whole website using Manus, and I've added the logo, and so let's go to, I think the first option is AI in healthcare. So I'm going to start a call.
Hello, this is NTI Medical Clinic. How can I help you today?
I'd like to schedule a teeth cleaning.
Great. To get started with scheduling your teeth cleaning, could you please tell me your full name, first and last?
Nico Smith.
Thanks, Nico. Just to confirm, you want to go ahead with the teeth cleaning service, right?
Yeah, what other services do you offer?
Oh, we do have a bunch of dental services, but to get your teeth cleaning booked, could you let me know the exact date and time you'd like to come in, like the specific hour?
Next Thursday at 10 a.m.
Okay, Nico, let me just check if we have an opening next Thursday at 10 a.m. for your teeth cleaning. One moment, please. Hey, Nico, it looks like 10 a.m. next Thursday is already booked, but we do have openings earlier at 9 a.m. or later from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. that day. Would you like to pick a different time on Thursday or maybe another day?
Yeah, let's do 9 a.m. on Thursday.
All right, Nico, I'm checking if 9 a.m. next Thursday is available for your teeth cleaning now. Just a sec. Perfect, Nico. We have 9 a.m. next Thursday open for your teeth cleaning. I'm booking that for you now. Could you please provide your date of birth to complete the appointment?
January 10th, 1978.
Thanks, Nico. Your teeth cleaning appointment for 9 a.m. next Thursday is all set. You'll get an SMS confirmation shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
That's it. Thank you. So basically, she interfaces.
Hello, this is NTI Medical Clinic. How can I help you today?
Press the button twice. So basically, I hook this up to just a plain Google Calendar. It can be connected to anything. And what other work I'm doing too is with healthcare. I can connect to any database, any system. Now, the whole world's changed where you just use API calls and you can do interactions with a spreadsheet. I've written an accounting solution for construction business, and it's a database called FileMaker. I've developed a system where you can just talk to the database, ask, information like, say you got a tenant.
Give me just a moment, Nico. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But keep going.
So something else is I'll show them the receptionist. And so that is just a regular phone number. I forward my main line to it. And I unforward when I don't want her answering.
Hi, this is Sarah with AI Agents and NTI on a recorded line. Would you like to speak with Nico, or is there something else I can help you with?
No, I'd like to speak with Nico, please.
Sure. Can I get your name before I transfer you to Nico?
Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny. I'm transferring you to Nico now. Have a great day.
So she forwards a call to my cell phone, and she does have information about the company. So she can actually not give a quote, but she can gather information like email addresses and say that somebody will reach out to them. So that's part of my core business with AI agents. And the truth is, the front desk is not good just for healthcare, but that's the one that needs the most help. But this is any company does scheduling. So I think the interaction has improved because I started working on this 3 years ago, and back then I was just happy to get the response from AI verbally in eight or 9 seconds. I was so happy. Now what's happening too is there's emotion. Each voice is different. And also I have another solution that's called AI Assistants. That is an example of how we can customize an assistant for your business. Like right now, so here's all the different kinds of assistants. And they do everything from Andre, the chef, Lincoln. This is one of my favorites when my son had a project. And he had to do a podcast with Lincoln. And I said, well, why don't you just do AI agent?
Hi, I'm Abraham Lincoln. I can tell you all about my life story.
So what got you into politics?
I took up politics to mend our troubled land and to seek a more perfect union. The call came from the people, who urged me to stand for liberty, equality, and the law with a steadfast purpose to preserve the republic. Is there another tale from my days you wish to hear?
Yeah, I heard that you had slaves. Is that true?
I did not own slaves, and I fought to end the practice. In my time, I spoke of liberty and that all men are created equal, and I sought to set our nation on a path toward lifting the yoke of bondage.
This is such a good teaching tool. I prefer to verbally talk with the systems and versus reading a book, although I'm a believer in reading, firm believer. But anyway, this is all that we'll cover today. And if you want to join us on the journey, keep on watching these live streams Thursdays at 4 p.m. And thank you. And we look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Yeah, good episode.
Okay, so let me figure out how to stop. And luckily, there's an edit button in I think I have to go to YouTube first, isn't it? And here's one of the original, you notice this one here? Go forget. Oh, you're muted, I think.
Oh, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, I stopped sharing this. Let me just go and figure out how to stop this. I think I've got to learn how to do use these tools quickly and effectively, you know. So come on. You know, let me end this video, and then once you come back in,